in midweek. Exeter make 2 changes to the side, being an unused substitute in the final in 2013. Of the current 92, that Exeter had never others at this stage of the competition, certainly under Guardiola.
Shortly, Newcastle in the first leg of the Carabao Cup.
January. Yeah, you did wonder if this is the one where Guardiola... 4 matches for the Cherries in the last 12 days before...
Yes, a football academy down in Bristol.
Any defence, doesn't he?
Well, he certainly does, and when you look at what he's achieved...
Than Exeter, despite the fact that until recently they resided in the relegations. They're in a really promising part of the pitch. Fell favourably at the feet of the number 9. It's deflected behind for the corner, but when it came his way, he might have been hoping for more from there. They have committed plenty. And it goes threateningly, and it's saved on the line by Trafford. He just shovels that over the top. What a chance for Liam Oakes for Exeter City. With a deeper delivery, which was out this time as far as Aitchison couldn't...
men forward. I'm sure that Gary Caldwell would have said that.
Semenyo.
Missed the game all season.
A real surprise to see him on the bench. Continual to deliver the corner for Manchester City. Underneath the...
Yeah, absolutely right. And one thing that you say about Joe...
of possession, perhaps.
In Manchester City in the centre-half position, but I'll tell you now...
Haaland is lurking, and it does come his way. Reflected on the way behind, he was onto it. Time Ake to Haaland. And it is in, surely. Cleared away from off the line, but it looked like it had gone over. It had. It's Max Alain. Only his second appearance in the Manchester City shirt, and he scored the opening goal of this cup tie. Well, Exeter will feel they have first ever senior goal for the centre. A big part of their fine recent form, Henty under Javi Gracia. Lucky helping it on for Semenyo. Out by Fitzwater.
The size, you've just got to be disciplined.
Taking over, Aitchison's continued his run. He's got Wareham in the middle. I think Riley was lurking as well. Nobody really given the day off. It very easily could have been the other way around, couldn't it? Had Exeter. Caldwell was saying what he asked him to do against the likes of Western-super-Mare and FC.
To get some minutes under his belt.
Yeah, Guardiola was asked about that.
Should have been a nice cushion header.
Club. Well, that's recently been afforded more chances. Getting to it first, just ahead of Fitzwater, who stuck to his task, did well.
Apart from that one incident where they should have played academy football, or non-professional academy football. But then,
And then for Rodri, let's rip! And doubles the lead. That's some strike from the skipper. 2-0 Manchester City. And seemingly on course for maybe relatively routine progress. Doesn't tell the whole story of the game's opening quarter. But they are well on track here for Manchester City.
What you're saying there, in all 4 competitions, they still have a good, as you're right to say, out for such a long time.
The Finnish international, Ilmari Niskanen, brings it under his...
And over on the right-hand side, I've seen them playing over on the left-hand side as well.
Here, since 2015 against Middlesbrough, team 50s. Before that, Clapham Rovers.
Everyone in the world knows about the effort.
A former Scotland international teammate of Darren Fletcher. On that Thursday night as well, after making the long trip north.
A long journey for all those supporters coming from
Turkey. Partially cleared by Mikadu, flashing a glimpse of goal for himself.
Had that little volley. But apart from that, he's been...
His boot as Manchester City look for Semenyo. Of course, there is a school league. You may see this as the opportunity for him.
Shows for Manchester City, they are unbelievable. We used to talk
in midweek. And what was just his 171st, 26 for Manchester City. And a shed load of goals for North.
What a great family they are.
Haaland. Right by Whitworth. He has a little glance in the referee's direction as he went down, feeling he was prevented. It was a scare, certainly, for Exeter City. Menyo, sporting the number 42 shirt. Plenty packing the penalty area. He's been ever present in the Premier League for Bournemouth prior to making the move to Man. Strong surge from him. Covered good ground. For Rodri, who tries to return it to him. Lewis in first time. It's partially cleared by Doyle Hayes, but it will... It's by Lewis. Well, nominally the right back, but he's often the furthest forward, isn't he, in those sort of situations? Get play back underway here. Exeter having lost their last appearance in the last 8. That's a team, of course, got their sums wrong last year. It was an overspend.
With Argyle when I started out my career, and truth be told, it's not.
They've been beset by Semenyo to Reinders. No way.
Had a draw here and then went back to St James's.
Well, that was the case 20 minutes today. About 5 minutes.
It would have been interesting if that, as we know, they are such a good side and great players in their side.
Well, first half, Ryan Cherky to take this one. Fitzwater going up, that's unlucky, it's snuck in. And Manchester City have their 3rd goal before half-time here. Nathan Ake is the one taking the celebrations from his teammates, taking their acclaim. He's the one at the end of this first half, which has been extended by a further couple of level than League One, where he's currently operating. As Ake back, and it's in for another one. And the misfortune continues.
And also Erling Haaland as well. I was very surprised to see him on the team sheet.
International. He's been in and around the Premier League squad and on the...
What happens if you're a successful club, you're going to play a lot of games.
Quite have the end product in that first half. And in Josh McGuinness, they have...
This of Wareham, 11 goals so far this season in total.
Top half of the table in there.
And that's something that they've got to look at.
Semenyo delivers first time, another one for Manchester City. They've made it 5. A little glance from Rico Lewis to check that the flag had stayed down. It had. And the fullback's got his goal, his first goal since last season's semi-final at Wembley in the FA Cup. And they stretch further clear. Well, some glory of their own. Niskanen's ball in was a useful one. Gary Cornwell has very publicly said should be scoring more. And something out of consistency in getting to the semi-finals in...
Her var Semenyo, styrter ned imod sit første mål. Det kommer her. Debutant mål.
Salford a year ago.
Well, you think of Haaland, what a threesome that is.
On the one that got away for Exeter right at the start when they could have been 1-0 in front. Time in the 3rd tier last weekend at Huddersfield.
Slight surprise for me that he didn't start, but...
This is O'Reilly. Ball, it will come for Niskanen instead. Anthony trying to... I'm sure did your targets in the middle again. He's gone deeper, missed out his back, but came through the ranks really as a midfield player. And I think I saw Bernardo Silva down there about to come on. Not too far away from Mukasa, it did take a little touch on the way behind. Max Lane coming off.
On loan, get some great experience playing for Watford.
Cherky will get it back from the corner, back from Rico Lewis.
You know, and you don't know about the long-term future of John Stone to Exeter. 500-mile round trip.
As far as a really consistent runner starts in the Premier League. Obviously, he will take the free kick onto the head of Fitzwater. Reinders, he's going to have a go. It's a wonderful finish. A moment of real quality from Reinders to extend the Manchester City lead to 7 and also maintain his recent rich vein of form in front of goal, scoring in 3 of his last 4 Premier League starts. The 6th goal for them.
The bread and butter is going to be against Stevenage next week. Inside in Manchester City. Semenyo and Donnarumma, there's 100 million to start off with. And then all of a sudden, Edison is going off to, I think he went off to Turkey somewhere, and Donnarumma.
Last couple of games in great detail, he said. And that's in for another one. It's O'Reilly just able to react and reach it first. And Manchester City have equalled now the 8 goals that they scored at this stage of this competition against Salford City a year ago. And there is time yet for them. Plenty of time, really, in the circumstances for that. Doku was in full flight.
Yeah, watching George Birch playing.
They've been on a scouting scoreline in the 2nd division. So history is within their sights in the goals here to wipe that one from the record books.
With no further injuries. They've got enough at this present time.
They're on the move. sorts of space for Makeda to rattle in another one. And what a moment for him. Scores on his debut in senior football and makes this 9-0. Ryan Makeda right on cue. The goals keep coming. 4 in the first half, 5 now for Manchester City in the second, and it's the 17-year-old George Birch. Exeter City have their moment. What a strike! A first goal for the club for a player recalled this week from loan at Western-super-Mare. They might just have had the final say in the scoring right at the end. And the Doku couldn't quite get his shot away. Where's it going to fall here? Oh, thumped in by Lewis. They do have another one. Remarkable stuff. Double figures for Manchester City. And Rico Lewis is the first player on the field to score twice in this astonishing contest.